So today I am going to tell you how you have to know yourself. First of all, you must decide that you have been seeking, and this is the place known for its seeking. It's high time you better come to the end of it and seek what you have been seeking and you get it. That's the promise. First and foremost thing, when we are seeking, we should know what are we within ourselves. When you see the whole world is so full of violence, full of all kinds of nonsense that's going on, and you can't imagine why people do it. What is the need to do all these horrible things in the name of God, in the name of religion, in the name of some political party or some sort of a name they must have, to fight with each other, torture others, kill each other? All this works out through human beings, through people who are supposed to be at the top of evolution. Human awareness is at the highest point. So now what's happening to our awareness? Why do we get into jealousies, into angers, into all kinds of funny type of behavior which animals also don't do? Because we have freedom. We can do what we like. We can do what we like with ourselves, with others. But still we must know our vehicle better. We should know what is within us. And for that, there is placed within us a beautiful thing called Kundalini, which lies in the triangular bone, which is called a sacrum. That means Greek knew about it. That's why they call it a sacred bone. In the triangular bone, it lies at the base of your spine. And this is the one which is going to give you a real ascent. But I must tell you that she is your mother. She is your individual mother. She knows everything about you. It's all recorded. Whatever was your past, whatever mistakes you committed, whatever aspirations you have, everything she knows about is all recorded there in a 3.5 coil. But she's your mother, your own mother, and when you were born, your mother took all the trouble upon herself. She didn't give you trouble. In the same way, when this Kundalini rises, she doesn't give you any trouble. Now, people are afraid even to talk about Kundalini because those who talked about Kundalini were, I don't know what sort of people they were. And it was such a misleading thing that they thought it's better not to talk about. But talk is talk. Talk is not everything. What has to happen, the awakening of this Kundalini? It's an actualization. It is not just talking, giving lectures. You do this, you stand like this, put your hand this way, your legs that way. It's not that. It's very simple that this Kundalini, which is responsible for your last ascent, your, I should say, the last step in your evolution, this Kundalini is your own mother, and she cannot harm. She can never do that. This is the fact I would like to tell you first of all. So now, we have before you this triangular bone and this Kundalini. And she rises through 6 centers. The 7th center is below the Kundalini. It is below the Kundalini and it protects the chastity of the mother. So your innocence gets awakened. Many people feel they have lost their innocence. You can never lose it. it comes back to its dormant. It might be bruised, it might be a little bit hurt, but it's all there intact. And you'll be amazed to see what you are, because you don't know what you are. So I would say you are not this body, this mind, but you are the spirit. And that's what you have to become. Once you become the spirit, you will know what you are. You will know everything about yourself. But that to happen, you don't have to do any acrobatic thing. It's just very simple. Wherever you are sitting, it will work out. But first tell your mind to stop a little bit thinking. Because this mind has been reacting all the time. Reacting to this, reacting to that. With the result that Kundalini doesn't rise. But when she rises, she is wonderful. Your thought rise like that and fall down. Again, thoughts come up and fall down. They come from the future or from the past. Present you cannot be. You cannot be in the present. But when Kundalini rises, she elongates these thoughts, and there's a space created. It's called as pause, you can call it. In Sanskrit called as vilamba. So your mind stands at that place where you have thoughtless awareness. It's told by, also Jung has talked about it, that you get into thoughtless awareness. Patanjali has talked about it. But talking about it is not sufficient, as I told you, it has to happen. So first thing that happens to you, you become thoughtlessly aware. There's no thought, no reaction. For example, I see this beautiful carpet here, and if I react, I would say, oh, what a beautiful carpet. If it is mine, I would be worried. I should insure it. If it's not mine, I would say that how much they must have paid for it, to whom does it belong, and all kinds of things. But supposing I am in thoughtless awareness, then I just see it. While seeing it also, I am just witnessing. And what I am getting is the complete joy of the Creator who has done this job. Complete. Get filled with that joy. There's no reaction, it's just thoughtless awareness. Now this Kundalini rising through 6 centers. Now you don't know you have any centers within yourself, and you don't know how they are placed. When the Kundalini rises through these 6 centers, which are responsible for your physical, mental and emotional being, she nourishes them. She nourishes them with light, and then she integrates them. Whatever I'm saying, we can prove it also. It's not just talking. But these Kundalini's awakening, which takes place, it actually makes your hands speak. You start feeling the cool breeze coming out of your fingers and through your hand, and here also. You feel the cool breeze, actually. And then, if you know what do these mean, 5, 6 and 7 center. In the same way, 5, 6 and 7 center. These 7 centers are on the sympathetic nervous system. It's a reality I'm talking about. And in the light of the Spirit, your attention becomes purified. Not only that, but you know what is good for you and what is destructive for you. You give up all nonsense in no time. The second thing that happens to you, apart from your attention being enlightened, that you become a collective personality. People have talked about it, said about it, but it's in the books. Like a drop falls into the ocean, becomes the ocean. It doesn't mean that you are lost, you are nowhere, but your ego is lost. Your so-called pretensions are lost. And what you become is a part and parcel of the whole. Whole global race belongs to you. Then how will you fight each other? If you are part and parcel of the whole, nothing but love, nothing but compassion. We have now people in 86 countries. And when I see them, I see the dream fulfilled. Because I've never seen them fighting or saying anything harsh to each other. They come from all kinds of religions, they come from all kinds of countries, every type of knowledge they have. Because you get the absolute knowledge, absolute knowledge. Now we don't know what is absolute knowledge is. For example, there is a person comes, say from India or from any other country, and says, I am a real great saint, I'll give you a great experience. How will you know that person is not telling you lies and that he is not coming from the prison? How will you find out? You just put your hands when you are realized, when you are enlightened towards that person, immediately what you will get will be a hot breeze. That's the minimum. You might get tingling very bad. Perhaps maybe you might get a blister, one or two. So you'll be amazed how you judge people on your fingertips. Absolute knowledge about people, absolute knowledge about the whole global problems you get in. Also, we can say lots of things have happened in Sahaja Yoga. Like I know of somebody who was just a chartered accountant, knew only about finances. He has become a great poet. All kinds of balances work out. And it is so surprising the amount of aptitudes that you develop. You are amazed. You never knew you had these aptitudes with you. I have an Academy of Music in India, and the people, even from America and other countries came, and 3 months, only in 3 months, they started singing a very difficult raga called as Malkos. I was amazed, for which people have to work at least 5 to 7 years. And here they are. So your capacity to absorb knowledge, to render it, is so much increased because you don't know your potential. You don't know what you are. That's the point. That's why they said that know yourself, know thyself. Because after knowing yourself, you'll have absolute knowledge, absolute reality. And you won't live in the mental world, oh, this is this, this is that. I know many books have been written like that, about a person who was seeking and they end up into nothing. Your seeking should not end up like that. You should get what you are seeking.